Howdy folks, John here. In today's DIY video, we're doing something a little different. I'm going to be opening up, disassembling basically, the Wand Company Tricorder that was just released. I just got this the other day. I've been on the wait list for a number of years, ever since I learned they were going to be releasing a tricorder. As a Star Trek fan, it has been one of my favorite props. I missed out on their communicator and phaser. I wasn't going to miss out on this. This isn't going to be a review video. Lots of people have done or will be doing review videos and unboxing videos, and I just thought we'd take it apart so you don't have to. I will risk mine. We'll get as deep as possible. I don't want to go too deep if it starts feeling uncomfortable. And this way we can also see the build quality, which is absolutely superb. Let's get into it. I have to tell you, until you have one of these in your hand and get the full tactile experience, videos and photos don't do them justice. I will have links down in the description if you don't know much about the Wand Company and its tricorder, if you wanted to read up on it. Maybe at the end of the video, presuming I can get it back together, we'll go over some of the neat little features if you want to stick around for that. But for now, let's get into this. So the first thing I want to do is put it into hibernation mode, forced hibernation. I don't know if you'd necessarily have to do that, but I don't want to remove the battery with it powered up just in case it freezes or something. So there's just a common screw on the back. Okay, and the back just comes off. Oh, so it's on a hinge, so it won't come out. But there's our 18650 cell. So if the battery does crap out on you over the years, you can replace it. You don't have to solder in a little lithium lipo pack or anything. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do. Oh, there's a little box. This has got the charging cord and the dividers, I believe. Yeah. So you can divide the little storage compartment up as well. But I think the next thing we'll do is try to remove these side panels. There's two common screws again on the side. Okay. So it looks like these slide down, these side panels. There's these little tabs. Oh, you know what? You have to have the back and the front open for the little tabs to clear. There we go. Okay, so that's how you can get the side off if you wanted to replace your strap or perhaps modify the length of it. And again, another common screw on the side here. So it looks like on the right side, these are marked, right and left. As we can see, we've got the wiring coming up from the charge bay and the power. Okay, I'll just do the other side real quick. And same thing, front compartment and back compartment have to be open in order for the tabs to slide down. There we go. No wiring on this side, but we do have a screw for the strap. And you may find that the strap is annoying if you're not, using it in cosplay or whatever. If you just want to display it, I was probably just going to wrap my strap up and put an elastic around it or something to keep it out of the way when it's on the little magnetic stand it comes with, which is quite nice. Ugly bug. Don't want him in the video. So we've got some Torx screws here. Let's identify these. These upper ones are a T8. Okay, and that will take the side plate off of these metal braces that go through. The build quality is amazing. Nice, thick aluminum. So I'm just going to get these two out. Okay, now there's a bunch of little Torx screws that are going into the plastic components. And these are a T6. And we'll just see if they're all the same length. So far, so good. Oh, that one's long, so I'm just going to mark it with a little dot. And you'll notice I've got a soft towel down here so nothing scratches. If you were to do something as ridiculous as open up your tricorder. But for changing the battery, yeah, you'd want to protect it somehow. Now we've got a little sprung catch here, probably for all our discs that are removable. So let's take this off. Okay, so there's a little spring here. And very gently looking at the orientation of that spring, just lift it out. And we've also got, will this come off now? Oh, yes, it will. Oh, and there's the top of the disc holder. I'm just going to mark this left and right. Okay, and there's our bottom shell that came out. There's our front plate, so it's just got these little pins, both of these, that go into the little holes in the plate. Oh, and here's the bottom one. Get it out too. Oh, for the back. Oh, it's all coming apart together here. Very nice design though. Metal clasps on the doors. They're probably screwed in from behind. There's a cover that is probably glued on. I'm not going to try to take that off. There is the antenna. Ooh, look at that little Easter egg. Is that a Klingon symbol? I don't know, it looks familiar. Anyone who knows what that is, leave a comment. Okay, so I'm not going to take this foil off and the wire up to the hood. Let's get these discs out. Probably shouldn't have had those in there. This disc mechanism is amazing. It works so well. Let's put these in a safe spot so they don't get scratched. Can we get into the moire there? No, we'd have to take this out, and there's screws behind the foil, so I don't want to do that. But if you had to get into the moire, you would unscrew it, and this whole assembly will come out. You can see all the little sensor tabs up in here for each disc slot. When we put it back together, we'll check the engineering screen because you can do a bunch of diagnostic checking just to make sure everything's working. And let's just undo this wiring here. See if we can at least get the hood partially out. I don't really want to take the hood apart. That's where the processor is. So the indents, like this is indexed. It's just using these little notched riblets, and then they ride on this little sprung plastic tab here. It's right there, and that rides in each of those riblets to give it the notched index, right from closed, and it will go right to full open at 90 there. Yeah, to get this out, you'd have to pull the wiring all out. There's a channel in here. The copper tape's probably for shielding for the EM antenna, so it doesn't pick up any EM fields other than what the antenna is. Just guessing. Oh, and there's a little magnet here that probably tells when the hood is closed and puts it into hibernate mode. And to get this apart, there's a little hex screw here. I don't want to pull it out, but if you had to get into here to ever service one of the tactile switches, or if you had dust or anything in the display, you would have to take that hex out. And there's one on this side as well. And then I would presume the display pops out. I would love to take it out, but I'm at the limit of my comfort zone here. Very well made. This is so strong. You know, someone put a lot of time into this design. You know, you'll find out if you research these things. This was 3D scanned off of the last Hero version of the tricorder from the original series. So it is 100% accurate, even the texture on all the plastic. So I'm going to get it back together now and see if it works. A couple little things. It goes back together very nicely. There's lots of locating tabs and everything, so it's perfectly aligned when you put it back together. All these little screws that are going into the plastic, they're easy to cross thread, so make sure you go backwards so they find their threads and then thread them in. And a neat little Easter egg I also noticed. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. This tricorder is property of Starfleet. Moment of truth. Lights come on, so far so good. Takes a while to boot up. Oh, there we go. As you can see, when you take the battery out, it resets the time and your name or passcodes, obviously, anything you've got set in there. Moray is still working. Let's go into the engineering screen. All its sensors and such. Pretty neat little screen. So on the top here, we've got the EM field. Got all the accelerometers, magnetometer information there, temperature, humidity, air pressure, and all the disk slots. I don't know if you can see that little band there. It's got all of them numbered. And when the disk is out, the number lights up red. When it's in, goes off. See if that works. Oh yeah, archive, it's reading that. And that's just that clip from The City on the Edge of Forever, which was the only episode that actually showed anything on the tricorder screen. All the captain's logs.
Captain's log, stardate 3372.7. On course, on schedule, bound for Altair 6 via Vulcan.
So yeah, every captain's log is also stored in it, and you can store your own. That's what these personal logs are. So they kind of thought of everything to make it really neat. Oh, and yeah, should have mentioned something. A couple of things I noticed. Remember that little spring on the side? That little tiny little spring? That's to keep this flap for the discs closed. So I think I said it was for the disc eject. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just that little flap. And there is an SD card slot in here. Obviously, you would have to take this little dummy card out if you were going to pull that screen out when you take those two screws, because that would interfere. This has no use yet. They say they might come out with SD card support for extra files and stuff. So it'd be interesting to see what might happen. I would love to have some full TOS episodes playable on this, but we'll see. No word on whether or not that will happen. Oh, one other little tip. Don't touch this screen. It scratches really easy. I'm not too sure what kind of plastic it's made from. Obviously, they made it to look like a CRT screen. It's rounded, but I just grazed it with my fingernail when I was reassembling it and put a tiny little scratch in it. Because it is so soft, though, it polishes out really easy. I just used Meguiar's Plastic X and just lightly used it on a microfiber towel, and it took that little fingernail scratch out. So just a little tip. Try not to scratch it, but if you do, it can polish out pretty easy. Very nice little units, though. If you're interested in the Wand Company Tricorder, yeah, get them while you can. Again, links will be in the description if you want to read up on them. And of course, it makes the tricorder sensor noise. If you want to have that, it does get annoying pretty quick. Thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, live long and prosper.